Welcome back to Rave Master Anime Review Part 9. This is reviewing the second to last arc of the manga, The Truth of Elie, which covers chapters 235 to 264, roughly a 30 chapter arc. There's like kind of two major stories for this one. The first portion of this arc is basically Haru finding the final Rave Stone. Yes, he finds the last one. And he has to battle the previous Rave Master. Of course, he's not the only one there, but also Mystica's grandfather, and the guardian of this particular one is there too, who is a leopard. Yep, has to be Haru by himself for some reason. Can't Elie be by his side? Nope, everybody has to stay right outside. And this goes on for about 5 chapters. Basically, where Sabura takes a potion, becomes de-ages 50 years, fights Haru, looks like Haru loses, and then Haru gets his win back and basically beats Shaba. Basically confirmed that, yep, he's definitely the next Rave Master, and basically sort of passes the title onto him. It's a pass of torch, little mini portion of this arc, and he gets to find a Rave Stone. Yep, he's got all the Rave Stones now. So yeah, now they gotta figure out the truth of Elie. So they run the Stig, and they go back in time. Yep. Well, basically just Haru, Stig, and Elie, in a way. It's revealed that Elie is really Risha Valentine. Yep. The woman who they suspected. Now, Elie was suspected to be a clone of hers, or some lab experiment. Yeah, that was basically thrown around a lot throughout the course of the series, trying to explain who the heck Elie is. But it turns out, yep, she's Risha Valentine, going to the future. And her hair used to be longer. How they explain how hair is hair the way it is? Simple. Took a sword and cut it. Yep, gave us her haircut. How did she get her name? She took the name from a village, from her home village. That's why she's called Elie. And of course, Haru doesn't care about that. Just says that you're the same Elie I know. Yep. And it's also revealed who the skeleton is. Now, the skeleton was also seen in the anime, basically, who was seen at Risha's grave, who's been sitting the whole period of time. Yeah, it's revealed the skeleton is actually Stig. Yep, it's revealed how that got there. He basically waited patiently 50 years, got there the old-fashioned way, by not using time travel. And of course, they go back to the present, and of course this leads directly into the final arc of the series, which is called The Final Battle, which is simply put going to end this entire series. It's only about 31 chapters. I am basically currently about 6 chapters into this arc so far, and it's really good. Now, in my opinion, the Truth of Elie arc, this is, of course, is a good arc. It finally explains the whole thing with Elie, and it does wrap up a plot thread that's been going on for the series since the start of it. Basically, Haru finding the Rave Stones, which, yeah, it turns out definitely, yeah, it was hinted at that finding the Rave Stones will also have a connection to finding Elie's memory, and yep, she's got a memory restored. She's got a memory restored, and she goes back to the future, and Haru's just basically going to protect her while battling some other people. Yep. I'm definitely looking forward to reading next time. Now, basically, I am still going to do the ninth Case Ghost film, but I figure, though, I'm already partway into the final arc, so I figure, though, why not read it? Now, in the case of this arc itself, it's revealed that Haru, his grandfather, is actually from this country. Yeah, they go back in time to Symphonia, which basically was shown in the final arc of the series. Yeah, they actually go back in time to 50 years in the past, to Symphonia when it was in its proper glory, and it was revealed that the king of the country at the time was in fact Haru's grandfather. Yep. And he meets a young version of Sheba. I think I'd say pronouncing. He's the previous Rave Master. Yep. Here's the weird thing about him. He's referenced frequently in the series, seeing flashback, but you hardly ever see him in present day. That's the dumb thing about him, what they did for the anime. Because the anime never bothered to adapt Chapter 1 for the first episode of the series. For some reason, they started with Chapter 5. It's one of the most baffling things they did with the opening arc of the series, where they start with Chapter 5. It's like, oh, Haru is basically on his way to, already off Garage Island. It's like the series didn't want to do anything with Garage Island. Also, I think it was in the previous arc, they actually run into his sister's ex-boyfriend. And Haru can't stand the guy because he basically made her cry. Yep. That's it just when it comes to the previous arc. In the case of what I said for this particular arc, yeah. A lot of us says pretty much true what happened in this particular arc. Yeah. Sum it up. Haru fights the previous Rave Master, gets the last Rave Stone, the previous Rave Master dies, and then of course, since that particular plot is over, let's basically start the plot of Elie's memories. And pretty much just explain everything about Elie, how she currently is, though how she got her weapons, that is never explained. Where the heck she even got those things. And also why she's so good at gambling. Yeah, that's two things that this arc does not bother to explain. It does simply explain a lot of stuff, basically how she basically is, how her memory loss came in, where she got her name from, why her hair the way it is. But Haru just doesn't care. Basically, he likes Elie as the way she is right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about this particular arc. It's really good. I loved it. It was a really good read. Now, next one, which will be part 10 of this review series, which will be my last one, because there's nothing else to do for Rave Master. I mean, doesn't have any OVAs aside from the crossover with Fairy Tail. Yeah, I mean, there's no film. Yeah, Rave Master surprisingly never have film. Yeah, it's one of those mini-series I've watched where they have no films. Nope, none. Which I'm thinking though, why in the world would you have a series called Rave Master, and yet Fairy Tail has had overall 2 films already, and both of them are really good. The first one is not canon, but the second one is. But how the canonicy of that is kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's supposed to take place between the Alvarez and just before it's after Avatar and before Alvarez Empire. It's supposed to fill that little gap, but why would they go in their country for? It makes no sense. I don't know. But that's when it's supposed to take place, but it's not been fully confirmed yet. Yeah, I'm looking at it basically when it comes to Rave Master. Aside from the anime and manga, all it had was basically 2 games and the series. Yeah. Yeah, a couple CDs, video games. That's it. It's like the studio who made this, Studio Dean, didn't do much with the series outside of basically making it just adapting the damn thing. Now, am I going to review the other series, basically, that the writer series Hiro Mashima has done? I mean, I've already reviewed the Fairy Tail Zero adaptation, so I'm not going to cover that. Weirdly enough, Monster Soul, I don't think Monster or Hunter Orange, basically both mangas lasted for a year. Yeah, oddly enough, these 2 mangas, I probably may cover those in Fairy Tail Special. Yeah, but oddly enough, 2 of these mangas basically were never adapted. If you look at basically the writer's work, only about 3 of his works have been adapted for anime. That's Rave Master, Fairy Tail, obviously, and Fairy Tail Zero. And that's it. Only about 3 of them. Oh yeah, they've also did adapt his crossover Rave Master. I personally would love to see that dub. Heck, even Heppicorn wants to see that dub some point in the future, but who knows? But yeah, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review of the final arc of the series. The Final Battle. So review that soon, after I finish reading, of course, okay? But see you next view. Bye.